What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. We're rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates if you didn't know, so if you are new around here and you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe. We're going to keep you up to date with all the latest Manchester City transfer news this summer, first and fast on YouTube, so make sure you have subscribed. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries, leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. 500 likes once more is the aim, and also don't forget, most importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. Without further ado, let's crack on with this video. We're going to start off first with some contract news, and we've got an update on James Trafford. Has signed a new 4-year contract at Manchester City. That is great news. I do hope he enjoyed his loan spell this season at Bolton Wanderers, so wishing him the very best of luck, of course, on his loan move. We've already covered that, but he has signed a new 4-year contract at Manchester City, and potentially here, Trafford, I'm sure, will be thinking in the long term that potentially 3-4 seasons down the line, with lots of experience under his belt, he could potentially return to Manchester City to showcase what he can do. And he's a quality young keeper and certainly one to keep an eye out for. And the fact that we've lost Bazunu would have been disastrous, that next summer we could have lost Trafford for free as well. So it's great news that we've got him on a new 4-year contract, fully deserved. And the other bit of contract news, we've got an update on Riyad Mahrez. Now, Fabrizio Romano says that Riyad Mahrez, he is the priority for a new contract for Manchester City. With Raheem Sterling set to leave and Gabriel Jesus already left Manchester City, Riyad Mahrez is the priority to make sure he is not another player with 1 year left on his contract leaving Manchester City, and that's what City want to get sorted potentially this summer. Looking further afield and further ahead from there, Rodri and Phil Foden are also on Manchester City's list to get them tied down onto new long-term contracts. So, moving on to the outs, we've got an update on Marlos Moreno. Now, AS in Colombia say that Norwich City, they want Marlos Moreno from Manchester City. Bristol City, Sunderland, they're also interested. There is no mention of it being a loan or permanent transfer, so we'll have to wait and see, but lots of interest in Moreno from England. Now, moving on, we've also got the latest on Issa Kabore. Now, Fabrizio Romano says Manchester City, they have rejected a bid from Nottingham Forest, catch this, for £17 million. That's a lot of money that Manchester City have turned down for Issa Kabore, and this is pending interest from Southampton. Who else would want a young player from Manchester City other than Southampton? Now, Fabrizio Romano says that Southampton, they want to loan Issa Kabore rather than make it a permanent transfer. It wouldn't surprise me if they do discuss the potential of a permanent transfer, either to make it permanent next summer with an obligation to buy possibly, or a future fee put in place that they have the option to buy, or something put in place here. But it just shows that Manchester City do highly rate Issa Kabore for the fact that they've turned down £17 million, and the fact that it's not really ever been mentioned being towards the Manchester City first team squad. So the fact that we're turning down bids from Premier League clubs for £17 million just shows the quality that everyone seems to think that Issa Kabore has got. So definitely a situation I'm going to keep my eyes and ears open for. Now, moving on, we've got a massive update here on Nathan Ake. Now, the Times say that Nathan Ake and Chelsea, they are now in advanced talks to re-sign the centre-back for Chelsea. The problem, though, is fee, and Manchester City also finding a replacement. There is emphasis that City want and must find a replacement first before a sale will be sanctioned for Nathan Ake. I'm waiting on further clarification as to whether it would need to be a homegrown player to replace Ake, because Ake is classed as a homegrown player, or whether Man City could look to dip their market in the foreign market instead and poach anyone that they want, really. But the fact is that a centre-back more than likely is going to come in and be fourth choice at Manchester City. So which centre-backs are going to be happy to be fourth choice? Who is that replacement going to be? And you imagine whatever City sell Ake for is what they'll be happy to pay for a centre-back, so it rules out top-class centre-back. So what's the angle? What are City going to look for here? This transfer makes sense for Chelsea, doesn't really make sense for Manchester City, and considering City hold the cards here, I'd be holding out for as long as possible to get as much money as possible, risking the potential that Chelsea walk away. But I'd like to keep Nathan Ake. I think he's a quality player. Anyway, Fabrizio Romano has said this evening that Chelsea do have a full agreement in place with Nathan Ake for personal terms. Personal terms not a problem. They're agreed with Chelsea. Chelsea do have a big stumbling block when it comes to the fee. The Telegraph have said that City and Chelsea, they're far apart on their valuation for Nathan Ake. City believed to be wanting around 40 to 45 million pounds. I have previously heard that City, when Newcastle were interested, were looking for 50 million pounds plus, so maybe even more than 50 million pounds. And to me, 40 to 45 million pounds is a come down on the price. And considering Ake isn't in the last year of his contract, he's Premier League proven, he's homegrown in the Premier League, he's homegrown to Chelsea as well, there has to be a premium on that. And I think 40 to 45 million pound, roughly around the same price as what we paid for Nathan Ake, is low. And to me, I would not be even contemplating any bids unless it was £50 million upfront fee, no less. That's the bare minimum. And if I was City, I'd be holding firm, not looking for a quick sale, saying, here, have him for £10 million less than what we think he's worth. Hold firm here. We hold the cards. If we're going to sell Nathan Ake, get a good deal. Not sold on the cheap and just bringing in a replacement for the sake of it, which is my fear of what I think may happen with this transfer. I do hope I'm wrong. Anyway, let's move on to the ins. We've got an update on Julian Alvarez. Now, Fabrizio Romano confirmed late last night that Alvarez was with his agent on a flight coming over to Manchester for this morning, ready for that to be announced by the club and ready to be introduced to the fans on Sunday at the Etihad Stadium. And then at 10:28 a.m. BST this morning, Manchester City formally announced Julian Alvarez arriving to Manchester City. He signs on a 5-year contract, signs for an initial fee of £40 million, which is probably going to rise to, you would think, more than £20 million. So I wanted to wish a warm welcome to Julian Alvarez and wish him the very best of luck here at Manchester City. He signs from Argentinian side River Plate, like I said, for an initial fee, £14 million, 5-year contract. He's a striker, likes to score goals. Compared to Aguero, he's a good near-post finisher, and he's going to wear the number 19 shirt. City will not be loaning him out. He will be used in pre-season, and he will be used by Manchester City for the first-team squad this season. I'm excited by Julian Alvarez and what he can bring to our club. Now, moving on to the final transfer, we've got a very quick update on Marc Cucurella, because everyone keeps asking what's the latest on that. It's very quiet, and that pretty much is the update. The Athletic have confirmed that there's still been no bids from anybody for Marc Cucurella. It's pretty quiet on that front, and it's quiet because Man City are waiting on the sale and sanctionings of other deals. Raheem Sterling, Nathan Ake, potentially Alexander Zinchenko. City will want a couple of them players sold if that's going to happen, and they'll want the futures to be crystal clear before they even submit a bid for Cucurella. And the stance from Brighton is, if an acceptable offer comes in, they're not going to stand in the way of Cucurella. It's an achievable deal if Man City want to make it happen. At the moment, City focused on the outgoings. They will move back into the incomings, and I've got a feeling that if Ake does leave, we could be looking at potentially Cucurella and a centre-back, and we know that City potentially interested in wingers as well once Raheem Sterling leaves as well. So there's so much still left to sort here by Manchester City. Some have been commenting saying, are Man City going to keep things quiet during pre-season while we're in the United States? City have done deals before whilst we're on pre-season. Chicky's in charge of the transfers. Pep Guardiola and his coaching staff are in charge of the team. Chicky will be working hard to get transfers sorted for Manchester City to communicate across to the coaching staff, to the players. And if they need to come away from pre-season to join another club, or we need to take another player from another club from their pre-season to join up with ours in the United States, we've done it before and we'll probably do it again. So that's not going to hold up anything this summer. It's going to be relentless. It's going to be exciting. Subscribe if you haven't already. Daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window. I will keep you up to date with every single transfer, every single day, every single step of the way. So make sure you have subscribed. I'm excited. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Nathan Ake potentially leaving City. Who would you like him to be replaced with? If it has to be a homegrown player, which homegrown player? If it's not going to be a homegrown player, which player would you like to see Manchester City sign to replace Nathan Ake this summer? And do welcome Julian Alvarez to our club in the comments below with welcome Alvarez. And don't forget also, leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. 500 likes, that's the aim. Any help towards that will be much appreciated. And I'll see you again religiously tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.